Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Rethage, and tonight we're going to be talking about firearm safety, gun safety. Now, some things I'm going to be demonstrating for you are the 3 gun safe handling rules. We'll talk about loading and unloading procedures. We'll talk about some line commands that we use on the air rifle range. And we'll talk about some safety considerations when shooting on the rifle range. Now, every year, unfortunately, 1,000 U.S. citizens die from gun accidents. If you pay attention today and you apply what I teach you, you will not be a statistic. You can save your kid's life, anybody in your family, your friends. You can save your own life by applying what I teach you here today. Now, I'm a big fan of our Second Amendment rights, the right to keep and bear arms, for 3 main reasons. 1, as a hobby. 2, hunting. And 3, home security. I served 23 years in the Marine Corps, and I had a lot of gun training, rifle training while I was in. Obviously, I was a U.S. Marine. And I've been at JROTC, Euclid High School, for 9 years. Now, every 4 years, we instructors have to get certified through the Civilian Marksmanship Program, CMP. We go through a JMIC course, which stands for Junior Marksmanship Instructor Course. And we get certified to run an air rifle range in the Cadet Corps at JROTC. And I'm happy to say, after 9 years, we've had no gun accidents. Let me knock on wood with that one, okay? All right, now that you know what we will be learning, what I will be demonstrating, let's take a look at the 3 rules for safe gun handling. What we have here is an M853 Daisy air rifle. This is what we use in JROTC when we do our air rifle training. Now, this piece of string here goes inside the action. It goes up through the muzzle, or as you are up through the barrel, and comes out the muzzle. This is a piece of weed eater string. This will tell you that this rifle cannot fire. It's a safety mechanism. I highly recommend, if you have firearms, you invest in some weed eater string and you put it through the rifle or your pistol, just like I showed you. Now, the first rule of safe gun handling is the muzzle. But I want you to remember the mnemonic, keyword MAT. M-A-T, muzzle action trigger. It's a memory aid to help you remember the 3 rules for safe gun handling. Now, the M is the muzzle. Always point the muzzle in a safe direction, upward or downrange. As soon as you grab or someone hands you a firearm, make sure it's your responsibility to point that muzzle in a safe direction. You may save someone's life, okay? Now, the second letter is A for action. The action is right here. This is where you put the bullet, okay? The little pellet we shoot is right here. These are our pellets. It's very small, you can't see it. Okay, the pellet goes right inside the action. Make sure the action is open or the barrel, the bolt is pulled to the rear at all times unless you're firing. Again, that simple A action may save someone's life. Last but not least, make sure your finger is straight off the trigger unless you're firing. Okay? Never put your finger on the trigger unless you intend to fire. Now, we as human beings, and I do it sometimes, as soon as I pick up a rifle or a pistol, my finger goes right to the trigger. You must get away from that nasty habit because you may kill somebody and you don't want to do that. Even when I pick up a water pistol, a squirt gun, my finger goes right to the trigger, and I got to force myself to keep it straight and off the trigger. So remember those 3 rules. Keyword MAT. Muzzle, action, trigger. Okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is loading procedures. Now, the first thing you must do to load this rifle is charge it. You take it by the handle, you open the charging handle, you pause for a second to get all the air inside the chamber, and you close it. Okay, then you reach over and grab the pellet and put it inside. I am not going to put a pellet in here because, as you see, I'm inside my house. I'm not on the range, so I will not be shooting up my house. That would not be a good idea. So, when you hear the pop, that's just air going out of the muzzle. That's no round going down range, so please remember that. So I put a bullet, a pellet inside the action, then I close the action. Then I aim and down range. This is the safety right here. You push it to the left, that means fire. You push it to the right, that means safe. You aim in down range. Slow, steady squeeze on the trigger after you line up the sights. Put the safety on, action open, take it out of your shoulder, and you do it all again. A little bit quicker this time. Charging handle, close. Pellet, inside the action. Close the action. Aiming down range, put the safety off. Safety, action, and back out of your shoulder. Now, as far as unloading, you'll get the command, shooters, stop. The first thing you must do on shooters, stop is take your finger off the trigger. And then you unload, you get your piece of weed eater string, you put it back in the rifle, inside the action. Again, control the muzzle upward and down range. You push the weed eater string all the way up through the barrel until it's sticking out of the muzzle. Piece here, a piece there, and then you put it on safe, and then you ground your rifle. This is a complete safe rifle. Safety on, weed eater string inside your rifle, and you have no problems there. All right, now, a few special considerations. When we fire, you must have goggles. Always wear goggles when you fire on a live range to protect your eyeballs. Okay? Also, when you're done shooting, you must wash your hands in cold water because these lead pellets have residue on them. You'll get lead residue on your hands. You must wash your hands in cold water because if you ingest this lead residue, you're going to get sick. It's not going to kill you, but you're going to get sick a little bit, okay? Now today, we talked about the 3 rules for safe gun handling. We talked about loading, unloading procedures, and a few line commands. We talked about some special considerations like goggles, safety considerations like goggles and the lead residue, cleaning that up. Someday, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember this, you may save someone's life. And that's worth it. Keyword MAT. Muzzle, action, trigger. When you're around firearms, it's your responsibility to apply those 3 rules. And if someone around you is not applying those rules, you must correct them. You can save your life, you can save someone else's life, and that's worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of air rifle safety. And thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.